Hi guys, it's Jen here and welcome to Jen's World About Art. So today I'm going to be doing another drawing and painting for you of the gorgeous little Australian Bilby. So these little guys, they grow up to 80 centimetres long from nose to tail. They have quite a long tail, big ears and silky fur. They're nocturnal, so they only really come out at night time, and they're omnivorous, so they eat grasses, nuts, things like that, and some meat. They don't need to drink a lot of water, which is awesome. Like, they've evolved to be able to cope in the driest climates. So they get their moisture from their food, so they don't actually need to drink. So they eat insects, seeds, spiders, bulbs, fruit, things like that. They live in burrows. They're excellent burrowers. They build extensive tunnel systems in their areas that they live. They can build about a dozen burrows in their range, in where the range that they live in. And the females have actually evolved a really special little pouch. Like, we have kangaroos and things like that, and their pouches, they carry their babies and you can see them. But these guys have a backwards facing pouch, so that when they're digging, they don't get dirt into their pouches where their babies are, which is really awesome. So anyway, I'm going in with my coloured pencils now. I've done a watercolour base. And I'm going in with coloured pencils, and I'm adding just some pink into his ears and around the tip of his nose. And then I'm just going around with some deeper red around the line of his nose and his ears as well. And I'm going in with a brownie colour onto his fur, and I'm just adding some texture around where I've put the watercolour paint. I've done the base coat in watercolour, and I'm going over the top in pencil, and I'm going to try a bit of solvent, see how that reacts with the watercolour underneath as well. I'll do that when I've done the fur. I'll try and smooth it out in a couple of spots, and we'll see how this paper copes with it. So I'm using my Fabriano Bristol paper for this. I'm really loving using. I love the smoothness of it. I love that, I love it for animal art. It's just working out beautifully. And it appears I can use pretty much all mediums on it, so yeah, which is really cool. So now I'm doing the fur in, and I'm adding just different tones of grey, because these guys, they're very silky coated, and they're quite grey. So I'm adding the grey around all his darker areas. And then I'm just going around the trim of his ears and just the darkest dark parts of him with the dark colour, which is, it's a black, and a dark grey I'll use as well. But at the second I'm using the black, and he's got a black line on his tail, so I'll put that in. Just like that. Pop his little whisker holes on. And now I'm just putting a bit more texture with a dark grey along anywhere that's got the darker fur. Take that around the line of his legs, and around his back, around his front leg. And then just there. Okay, and now I go in and just try and sort of soften up the brush part on his tail, and just lighten up his leg areas, because I've used a beigey colour. And now I'm just sort of trying to blend that a little bit. And I'm actually going to try a little bit of acrylic as well. I'm going to pop a little bit of acrylic paint on there and add some white fur texture onto his belly after. So now I'm just going to pop a little bit of a grass line in, just underneath him to ground him. And now I just soften out his underbelly again. And now I'm going back in with a bit of grey pencil again, just to create some more fur around him. And here I'm trying the solvent to see how it copes on this paper. So it's a bit of an experiment, but it does seem to work. It works all right. So I wasn't sure if it had damaged the paper or the watercolour or not, but it absolutely didn't. So that's really cool. So at least I know I can use solvent on this stuff now. So I let that dry, and then I come back and do a little bit more pencil work. And now, as you can see, I'm popping a little bit of acrylic on over the top, and that's acrylic paint, and I'm just popping the fur texture onto his brush tail and just under his underbelly, and a little bit of white around his eye. I'll just tidy that up because I smudged it onto his eye a little bit. And just finish the definition on his tail, and we're just about done. So I hope you enjoyed this picture, guys. I had an awesome time painting this Bilby. I'd love it if you click like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys for my next video. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you then. Okie dokie. Bye.